welcome to another episode of our Salem by Night Camarilla edition. Last we left off with our small coterie, we got to see Melvin by himself doing Melvin things by sneaking up and climbing into sitting in the meeting between Antoine, Malcolm Davies, and Andrew Givens. He overheard that Givens only has one business left and is going to give it up for safe passage out of Salem. Mentioned that he believes he's being personally attacked, and then Antoine revealed to Andrew that if he wants to feel safe, that he is always welcome at the jazz club that he owns. As Andrew was leaving, the valet Bernard mentioned another uninvited guest, and Melvin, being Melvin, decided to stick it out and see what's going on. Ever the detective, as always, and he got to see Yvette Morrison show up and speak to Malcolm about certain things and about how she didn't ask anything that's going on currently and how she has nothing to do with Grant Reynolds being in Salem, how she never brought him over here, never invited him. Really, the only reason that she even thought about the barony is because of the death of her childer, Nicole. Uh, After that, very intimate meeting between the two of them, he saw them kiss, he saw her leave, then he saw Andrew, not Andrew, sorry, Antoine, kind of become disheveled. Um, Melvin then took off to try and find where the other two troublemakers had gotten off to and made his way over to the last call bar where he saw Samantha talking to a gentleman in front of a small crater outside of the bar on the wall. Mentioned how she'd go through Gertrude to discuss the price and whatnot of the repairs. Uh, After asking, she revealed that the person responsible for the small crater in the wall was Elizabeth Guernsey, who she also revealed was an associate of Brent Reynolds. Revealed that the roads west out of Chicago had been labeled the Goblin Roads, and that while they were talking, Tulip showed up, dropped off duffel bags for Sam from the sheriff. She mentioned that Otis King having a storage business would have been more appropriate, but she is who she is. Tulip introduced Melvin to Teddy. They had a nice conversation about cats, things going on, and how he had met with Albert and Connie earlier. Revealed that he doesn't participate in power politics at all. And then, uh, with Tulip in tow, he headed to the diner. He saw that Sheriff Green was leaving as they were pulling up. Uh, Gave him a file folder. They took the tapes back that Connie and Albert had given him. He mentioned how Albert had accused Erikson Wood of the murder that took place in the alley. After that, they revealed that Albert revealed that he willingly told Saif Najjar where to find Andrew Givens, and that Melvin was also shared with them the whole situation with Yvette Morrison and the meeting with Antoine. They discussed their options moving forward, and as they went into the back to kind of review the tape that they thought would have the incriminating evidence, they saw the news report about the Zhao Long group, how their spokesperson Li Min Baozhu had come in to kind of help out with the reconstruction of Old Town, in particular the Orpheus Theater. They returned to Joshua's house where they saw that the front door was ajar. They saw some people moving inside who turned out to be Calliope and actually Joshua. It was a nice moment between Joshua and Connie, and Melvin and Calliope kind of spoke about some things and whether or not safe to stay in West Salem. And we left off with the group heading to bed for the night in safety of numbers. And this is where we find our group today. And you'll notice that we have a special guest as Mustang from our Anarch storyline. Will be coming in at a dramatically appropriate moment. Uh, but for now, It is the next night. If all of you, except Mustang, could roll one dice, rouse yourselves from sleep.
That's what I want. This is what I want the rolls to be all night. I got a 10.
Okay, so no hunger for you.
I got an 8.
No hunger for Connie. Here comes
Here comes
the.
here.
I got a 10. I don't like that. Both of you? No. Mean. Super mean.
Sorry, we were just expecting the same thing to happen with no space dragon here, but still.
Yeah. You want to find like a dog or something?
No hunger.
No,
all
because that's
around.
you.
That's true. It is me. I don't kill them though. I just eat them.
I'll just murder someone in the bathroom and get us all in trouble for it again.
Oh wow!
Wow.
She didn't even say
Rude.
anything. She didn't even say anything.
Nothing.
What did I do?
Nothing.
Yeah. Shit.
Jesus H.
I think it was let Melvin pour blood in my mouth.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I did let that happen.
Yeah, some of us are still mad about that.
Yeah. I see that now.
Yeah.
So touche.
Yeah,
So-
thank you.
It is about 9:30, 9:45 as the first of you start to wake up. It's about closer to 10:30, almost 11, when you hear a knock at the door.
Ugh.
Are you expecting someone?
No.
I thought we were at Melvin's Haven.
No,
We're at my house.
We're at Joshua's.
Oh, I thought we left because of the. Okay. Do you want to get that?
Yeah.
I kind of go behind a door, Will, and I just pull out my M1911
Oh, gonna be that kind of night.
just in case, bro. I don't know what's happening. There was werewolves just at the house. I don't know what the hell to expect.
Touche. You open the door and it's Tulip. She has a simple folded piece of paper that she hands you.
I put it back away.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And she starts to go back to her car.
I chase her down.
Okay.
It's like, Tulip.
He turns around. She's like, "Oh, hey, Melvin.
I need you. If possible, if you can get a message out for me.
Yeah. To who?
It's man, I forgot Eric's character's name now off the top.
Andreas Barker.
Andreas Barker. There we go. Because I always confuse it with Erikson Wood because his name's Eric.
Yeah.
Andreas Barker. Let him know that I've gotten a little bit more information that may have a link into the incident on the way to Chicago with the Free Souls and Mickey. So if possible, I would like to maybe bounce ideas off with him.
Yeah. If I see him, I'll give him your message, and I'll give him a message that I'm delivering now, trying to get everybody. You see that she's kind of exasperated, but she kind of just nods. She's like, yeah, I got it. So you have information about the Free Souls and Chicago and Mickey. I got it. I'll see you later, Melvin.
Take it easy, Tulip.
Kind of rushes into her car and takes off. Connie, the message has 3 sentences.
Okay.
Emergency meeting, groundskeeper lodge, Salem Airport.
Groundskeeper Lodge.
You know from being a resident of Salem yourself, that's one of the fancier restaurants. It's usually businessmen go there. It's kind of like the 94th Aero Squadron in Miami. It kind of overlooks the field. It's a 2-story restaurant. It's super high class.
Okay. And what was the third line? Airport?
Salem Airport, yeah.
Salem Airport. Gentlemen.
Yes.
It appears we've been summoned. There's an emergency meeting that we are invited to. I'm guessing voluntold to attend at the groundskeeper's lodge in Salem Airport.
That might be why Tulip seemed, I guess the best way is to say out of breath, even though, and I just leave it at that. Looks like she's been busy tonight.
All
That
right.
puts a damper on whatever we thought we were going to do today.
Do you think we can
Well,
still get the boot print?
Honey,
I don't.
even or odds in your favor.
In my favor?
Hmm.
Evens.
7.
Ugh.
Go on.
Emergency meetings aren't to be taken lightly, Albert. We could always go back afterwards, depending on what happens in the meeting.
Right.
And I feel like I got a bad sense from Tulip that something big's going on. So just out of habit, before we go, I just take out the M19, check it, put one in the chamber, the typical before you go out and to do something that you think might be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it back in, and Will, just random question.
You only have the
dumb,
one.
but
You only have the one, right?
yeah, I think we only found one.
One gun?
Well, you guys have. I remember before I came on board, you
We-
guys found a bunch of weapons in the basement of the theater.
And then we lost them.
We lost them.
But I know a while back we were all given one weapon from Miss McGinty.
Yes,
but we never
that's where
we never
M1911 and I got the
confirmed
snake.
what the weapons were.
I did. I told Will I wanted I wanted an M1911 and stakes, a couple stakes.
I don't remember. I think I took a knife.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't have any written down.
Albert takes a Derringer. That feels like the type of gun that he would
Albert's
use.
just gonna have a bandolier of grenades. That's
think-
safe. That's safe.
I think Albert would have a Saturday night special, and just the 6 bullets inside of it. That's it.
And that's it. That's it. No extra clips or anything.
Nothing.
Brandon doesn't know what that is.
It's a revolver.
It's a it's a little
revolver. Okay.
That's
A snub nose?
it's a
Snub nose. Yes.
Okay. Okay. We're all right. We're all on the same page, and we
can
also
only
have
take
our
one. You can only take one.
one stake.
Yeah, 'cause
I want it.
Okay. So the stub nose and the steak. Got it. We're Gucci.
Oh my god. You can just say that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm I think we should probably head out sooner than later. Depending on what happens in the meeting, we might be able to take a run down to the alley and get that imprint.
Right.
I start walking to the car. Will, my Haven's not on the way to the airport, is it?
Not at all. You have to go
Damn it.
towards Salem town, which is going
Because I need a new hat. I need another hat. I gave Teddy my hat.
Yeah.
That's
As
true.
our friendship hat.
Well,
I
we
don't
can
have
look
a hat
around and
yet.
see if there's a hat around here
Even or odds in your
that,
favor.
that Joshua left behind.
Even.
9.
Ah.
God.
I was gonna give you
There's a really long scar.
I was gonna give you a fishing bucket hat.
Oh, you asshole.
So you're lucky.
At least give me a Peaky Blinders hat.
Lisa, could
But,
I have some more?
So I start.
Yeah.
I go. Just get whatever you need, and I'll meet you guys in the van. And I'll go out to the van and start it up.
Okay. It starts up. It kicks up normally. There's nothing wrong with it. What are you guys packing?
I don't like the way you said that, Will.
Oh, that's a Willism if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a note to self: buy mirrors so we can look under the car for any bombs for future.
You guys aren't worth exploding right now.
Good.
Oh, so kind.
How dare you, sir? I run a diner, a Western themed diner with my compatriots. We have an authentic wagon outside. We're kind of a big deal.
Touche.
Before I go out though, I do tell you, Connie, don't forget the necklace in case we see Anastasia at this meeting.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, the necklace or the headdress? Because that's what I have. I have a headdress and I have a necklace. The necklace is from Josh.
The necklace was I wrote it down, unless I wrote it down wrong. Said you were given an ivory necklace that was a boon and told to give it to Anastasia Richards. That's what I wrote down.
Oh, I have a headdress.
Circle it. Yeah.
This happened.
So maybe it is a maybe it's a circlet and a dot necklace.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'll get away with carrying around a headdress. I don't know how big this thing is. But I will.
The necklace was something you
I'll-
found that Calliope gave you, no?
Yeah, Calliope gave me like a necklace for
Yeah.
from the lichens, which I always have.
Okay.
But the headdress, how large is it? Does it fit in like a book bag?
Yeah, easily.
Okay. Do I have a book bag?
Sure.
Even odds in your favor.
No, you can have it.
Yeah.
Is there a fedora in the book bag?
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, but now I'm scared that if I have a book bag, they're gonna be like, "You can't bring bags into the meeting. You're gonna blow us up with." Blah, 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 blah.
Not that kind of meeting.
Oh, well, I don't know what kind of meeting this is.
We should go to the meeting and find out.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's.
fine.
I'm in the car. Are we ready to go?
So
All right,
what else does Albert and Connie want to take with them?
The knife.
yeah,
Well, no,
I'm
we
taking
have
my dagger,
We have 2 knives now.
and I got
yeah.
claws.
Because remember, you got the knife from Joshua's room,
Mm-hmm.
and then you said you got a knife from this other person,
Yeah, I have.
from Sam. I think. Yeah, you have two knives.
got it.
Do.
I got do.
If I left any books here, I'm just gonna take my books and then walk to the van.
All right, put them in my book bag.
Yes, I would. Oh, that's so genius. Yes, absolutely.
All
He's
right.
the professor.
Yep. Okay.
Professor
Alright.
Albert Ross. Yes.
So
You take knowledge's power way too seriously.
yeah,
Okay.
as all of you are getting into the van, could you 3 please make me a wits and awareness roll?
That
Here we
van
go. This
just
is where the bomb
blew up.
This is
Just
when
with
there's
this-
a bomb in the car.
All right.
You
Bye, Mustang. Tell a story. Tell her.
can't blow you guys up. Blows us up.
Wits. You said wits and alertness
Wits and awareness.
Awareness.
and awareness. Okay.
Remember to take into account your
Ah.
hunger.
I know. You
What
don't
is
have to tell
my
me that.
hunger?
Some
Oh, I
of
got
you-
a
All right.
some of you
My
are
hunger
hungry.
die are 5 and 1,
Okay, thank God that's a
and
1.
then I got 6, 4, and 8 on the others.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a 10 and a 1 and a 7 on my hunger dice. I got 2 10s, a 6, and a 2 on my regular dice.
Jesus.
So difficulty 6 or 7.
6.
Okay, so I got 4. So I got 4 successes.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 10 on my hunger dice. I got a 10, a 1, and a 5.
2 10s.
Eddie's in the back.
I think I'm a knives.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna have a messy critical on this one. But yeah, so as you guys start driving off, Melvin, you're driving. I would assume Connie's in the passenger seat,
Mhm.
and you have the professor in the back. Connie and Melvin, as you start to get towards the bridge over into the Salem proper, you both kind of notice at the same time that you've had a car following you for maybe like the last 4 or 5 blocks.
You saw that too, right?
Mm-hmm. Can I make out what kind of vehicle it is or no?
From this angle, you got how many successes? 4?
Yeah, and 2 or 10s.
Yeah. Also, it's 6 then. Um,
Oh, okay.
it looks. You're not sure, but it looks almost like a Cadillac.
Old school. It's a caddy. Well, we can't go to the meeting with a tail.
It's hard to lose a tail on a bridge.
Is everything all right?
Hey, how good are you at throwing those books? Because I'm thinking to open up the back of the van and have them chuck books at the windshield.
I don't have to lose a book. Is there anything else in the car?
How far behind them are they? Behind us are they following?
There are 2 cars separated from you.
Okay. I'm gonna try to go and find some a little bit more high population area with traffic wise to see if I can do some zigzaggies, even though I'm in a minivan.
Yeah.
Or in a van, but
Sure. Give me a intelligence and drive.
okay. Here we go. Hope we don't fall off the bridge, guys. All right. That's okay. So on my hunger dice, I got 2 6s. On the regular dice, I got a 5 and a 6.
Dang. You manage to find some nice kind of areas with some traffic heading as you head towards the old kind of historic district, historic downtown. And as you get the feeling that you've kind of outmaneuvered them, you start making your way towards the airport. Sure enough, you no longer see the Cadillac in the rear view.
All right. Good job.
With my drive of 1. Woo!
Ah,
Nice. It's 1 higher than Albert's.
Yeah.
this is very true.
I think I lost them.
Yeah. And
I say it to Connie.
as you make your way, you head out and you arrive at this elegant looking establishment. I don't think Melvin's been here. It's 2 stories, like I said. It's got a front patio, a rear patio. Inside, it is a massive dining area. There is a horseshoe shaped bar in the center that has half of it inside and half of it outside in the back patio. There's a grand stairway that kind of leads up to the second story. There's a bunch of tables, booths along the wall with windows kind of overlooking the airport. It's not a huge metropolitan airport. This is a smaller kind of, not prop plane, but definitely more private fare. Maybe something like a 727 is the biggest thing they'll see here. Uh, the the gentleman at the podium in front kind of stops your group and is like, "Can I help you?"
Yes. We're here for a get together.
He looks down at the podium and he's like, Are you with the Birmingham group by any chance?
Yes.
Excellent. If I could just have your names, please.
Melvin Wright.
He looks down at his list, and you see him make a scratching gesture. Two of you.
Albert Frost.
He looks down at his list, scratches off.
Connie Eastworm.
Looks down, crosses off a third name. He's like, very well. Follow me, please. And see him call someone over who replaces him. He takes you upstairs. The upstairs looks like it could be separated into 3 very distinct, very separate kind of private rooms. 2 of them look to be able to hold about 2 dozen or so people. And one of them looks like it could hold a good 50 comfortably. He leads you into this kind of one separated room that they've created. And inside, you see at this point in the night, Geraldine is there. Aisling McGinty is there. Thomas Reginald Hyde is there. Juliet Rabot is there. Sheriff Green is there, though he looks worse for wear. The entire left side of his body is burnt. Excuse
No.
me.
And he wasn't like that when we saw him at the diner.
He was not.
Okay.
You see Antoine Malcolm Davies is there. The Archon Anna Smalley is there. Anastasia Richards is there. You see a couple of vampires that you don't recognize. But you do see Erikson, Mustang from the night of Elysium. You do notice that there is a younger looking female that you haven't seen before at any of the Elysiums. Seems to be maybe about sorry. Oh. It's an older gentleman. I apologize.
Okay.
It's an older black gentleman. He looks to kind of, for all intents and purposes, kind of give you a vibe of being homeless, shoveled. He doesn't look horrific like Nosferatu would. He just kind of has this kind of tattered clothing. He's layered. He's got a couple of hoodies. One of them, the innermost one, kind of, he has his hood up and pulled down over his face as much as possible. He's got a lollipop stick that's kind of like moving in figure eights out of his mouth. But he's kind of off to the side. And you see Sheriff Green kind of come over as you enter. Extends his hand to you. Gentlemen, he kind of nods. Connie.
Take it.
Hey.
You look a little worse for wear, Sheriff.
Yeah. That's what the meeting's about.
Oh, all right.
I obviously, don't know what's going on right as of yet, and that, once the meeting starts, we'll get a better idea. But do have some info I need to talk to you about.
We're still waiting on a couple of people, so I don't mind stepping to the side. What's going on?
And I kind of move them over, and I motion to you guys if you want to come.
Oh yeah.
Just a few things, Chef. Well, first of all, I'm hoping that you your position, I guess, would improves. It looks like you. I hate to see the other people. And a couple things though. When we were on the way over here, I noticed Connie and I noticed that we had a tail. I was able to lose him, but it looks
Sure.
like it was an old Cadillac.
Sure, you lost him?
Pretty sure.
Second. He goes over, see him exit the room for a minute. And he comes back over. He's like, I warned security about it, so. What else
Yeah,
did you
not sure
notice?
who it was. Well, I got a little bit of information. Some new info about that I think might. I don't know if it's going to have any relation to what you're talking about, but have you ever heard of the Quad Jin?
Oh,
So apparently it's a new breed of and I look around, I'm like, it's a new breed of vampire. Nasty motherfuckers.
son, there hasn't been a new breed in a while. You sure your
It,
information's correct?
it's more so a new breed to the States. They've been operating out of Western Asia for quite a while, but they're
Eastern
now
Asia, right?
one of the two. But they're now in move to take over California, and as it is suggested that they've begun to infiltrate Salem. Yes.
It's not a coincidence that there was a new corporation that on the news I saw that just bought up the theater and is working on the restoration of it.
Are you talking about the Xiaolin group? Xiaolong group?
Right.
Lehman
Yeah.
Baoju?
Yes.
Yeah. Miss Baoju was invited over by Prince.
Okay.
You
Because
think you
I
think they're these different vampires?
well, there's been a lot of folks trying to leave California, making their way to Chicago. And I ran into one of them, and they kind of filled me in on what was going on in California. I also have it on authority that there's a lot of folks from Salem that are trying to make it out of here by any means necessary.
Rats deserting a sinking ship.
Absolutely. I hate to use this phrase, but there are wolves among us. And I look around, and I look at I casually look. I don't make it super obvious, but I look at Malcolm Davies. Like just subconsciously, I just kind of look over, and I just kind of look back around. You know.
Okay.
I think this is bigger. I don't know what, I'm not one to question the prince, but seems a little weird that we're hearing word of a group of new types of vampires, or at least new to us types of vampires, coming over from the Asia, and then suddenly out of nowhere this Asian group is coming into Salem to start buying up stuff, invited or not.
I get you. They didn't buy the theater. They're just helping with the renovations.
Hmm.
Do we know how the prince knows them?
Now that's above my pay grade.
All right.
I would imagine it's above your pay grade too. And
Possibly.
it's one of the first times that you've seen him actually like kind of verbally warn you Like normally he doesn't give a fuck. Like he just lets you go on your way and lets you do whatever you want to do, and just you'll learn yourself. This is the first time that all of you have kind of picked up on like, did he just tell me not to look into this?
Right.
Understood. Well, we're still working on that other thing too. Depending, obviously, again, I don't know what this whole meeting's about, but we got plans, some additional evidence into that other thing. You were wanting us to look into about that incident in the alley.
Yeah, that I think has reared its ugly head, and you see him look at these excuse me, these two women, actually three women come in. One of them is very, very close to a gentleman that you remember from the Elysium as part of Otis's coterie. Uh, the two women that come in before her, you don't recognize. You don't remember seeing them at the Elysium before. This girl you also don't remember seeing, but you do see that she is hanging off of the gentleman. Mustang, you recognize the gentleman as John Coulson. And he kind of sees you and Erikson. He kind of nods and brings her over to you.
Um,
I was going to swing by the bar as we had agreed, but it seems that that is no longer a place that we can do business.
no, it's not.
Miss Breck, this is Miss Gretel Meyer. They're kind of odd. You. Hello.
Is this Gretel? Do I know what she looks like?
You do not. And
Oh,
Andreas is the only one that could have vouched for her appearance, and even then he got it secondhand.
okay. All right. Hello, Gretel. How you doing?
Okay, better now. Olsen had taken me in.
Could we find some place to talk in private?
Without Mr. Coulson?
If you wouldn't mind.
She kind of looks at him, almost concerned, and he kind of grabs her hand very gently. He's like, Gretel, please. I brought you here so that they could speak to you. This is exactly what we're going to give them. Yes? She nods, kind of pats her hand with his other hand. He's like, good. You're right here. Get into any trouble, let me know. Leave. Coincidence. She nods. Okay.
Is there somewhere in this kind of nearby that's kind of away from all the other folks?
There is a door that leads out to a small balcony.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's out there right now.
Okay. We go there.
Okay. At this point,
Um,
all of you will see that Otis King and the beast of a man that they described also walk in, and as he crosses the threshold, out of respect, Manny Garza comes out of obfuscation. see him kind of shoot finger guns over at Melvin's coterie.
I shoot him back.
I nod. I do a little.
But they go over to a table to the side. Mustang and Erikson take Gretel outside. You all see them kind of stepping out. The older black gentleman that's off to the side, that was over by the balcony, kind of sees them approach, gets up, and makes his way to a different corner where he hopes not to be bothered. The two of you outside with Gretel. What do you want to say to her?
This is a trap. So Gretel, what you been doing this whole time?
I've been learning what I am. What I've become. Coulson has been real nice about telling me the truth and how I fit into all of this.
Could you tell me about your time before you went with Mr. Coulson?
I remember being tortured for Andrew. Feel mad. See that she kind of starts to rub her hands on her. I didn't ask for this, Miss Breck. I didn't want to be this. I don't know why Andrew got so mad. He made
Mustang is softened by this a little bit. She gets it, you know. So can you walk us through what happened with Andrew?
he asked me to coffee. I was at his bookstore. I'd gone there more regularly because of him. You ever found someone attractive just because who they are, not because they look like or how they speak? Just there's something. She kind of cuts herself off. I'd say sounds stupid.
Go on.
Just I made excuses to go to the bookstore, be near him. I think he noticed. He to get a drink. I agreed. Went with him. Thought it was just gonna be this delightful evening with this British man who going to be my own personal Darcy. And was it?
So what happened?
I thought that we were having a moment, a romantic gesture. He started to lean in close. He started to kiss me cheek, and that moved towards my neck. I just thought that he was being really brazen and I was being really drunk, and I didn't know if I should stop him. Then everything went dark. Next thing I know, feel feel this heat down my throat. I feel this upper back. It was just he was feeding me his blood. me back to an apartment. Started to tell me about this whole biblical war that he's a part of and how we're all descended from Cain, and he was kind of looks at you when she see that if she could have cried regular tears, her eyes would have watered by now.
Mm.
Looks at you, she's like, it's all so much take in, and I ran.
You ran away from him?
Ran away from him. Called my sister, told her what happened and how a strange man was telling me that I'm a vampire now, and I didn't know what else to do, or who else to call. Told her about the apartment I left and how the further away I got, the stranger the apartment seemed to shift. After a few blocks, it just didn't look like an apartment building anymore, just like some nondescript office building.
Could you do you remember where that was?
No, couldn't tell you.
How did you escape?
Just ran.
You just ran?
Took off.
But and I know this is difficult for you to recount, but he was torturing you, yes?
Yes, once he found me.
Once he found you after you ran? I see. And how did you get out the second time?
That I didn't do by myself. I got lucky that his shop was hacked, set on fire, and that seemed to break the binding that had kind of taken hold of me.
Is this the bookshop?
No, this was a florist shop.
Hmm. And I know this is difficult for you to talk about. And I understand if you don't want to say anything.
No,
Could you tell us? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Coulson has explained the situation, how you are trying to find him, bring him to justice. I don't mind
Yeah.
helping.
We appreciate your help in this matter. When he was torturing you, do you remember what he did?
He did it with his sorcery, so I don't know what he was doing. I didn't learn about it until recently.
Did you ever see any blood?
Oh yes, almost exclusively. He used it for all of his rituals.
Not your blood, though, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. We found a syringe of werewolf blood on a table that I believe you were on once.
Oh, that I never saw something like that. I didn't know there were werewolves.
Yeah.
Kind of
Okay.
nods to her social, like kind of sense.
Makes sense. How?
I mean, we're vampires. It would stand to reason there should be werewolves, ghosts, things like that.
Sure. Erickson's been really quiet today.
He's just sitting in the back, just kind of taking notes. Every so often,
Totally.
just kind of staring daggers at Albert.
That's totally within his character.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, if you want, I can say, I was a senator. I was a senator.
Oh, yeah, it's almost like he's right here.
Yeah. I guess, we took the woman to woman approach in this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I could see him letting you take lead. Yeah.
Yeah. So so Gretel, do you want to stay with Mr. Coulson?
Yes, because he's teaching me in a way that was much kinder than anything Andrew trying to
Sure.
do. Excuse me. He's like he was always yelling at me while he was torturing me because he said that I had revealed the location of a chantry house and how that was punishable by death, and how he was doing me a service by just letting me learn a lesson.
Who did you reveal that to?
Oh, it was a reporter that I called. I wanted him to write something about this weirdo that was leading some cult of people who thought they were vampires, and the next thing I know, he's dead. His apartment is on fire, and I'm on a slab, naked, being tortured.
Do you remember anything you told that reporter about the location, about where it is?
Yeah, yeah. I can't forget that building.
Could you tell me about it?
It's designed to be nondescript. He kept mentioning how they had gone to great trouble to hide it from what he called the kine. I don't know what that means.
Fine.
Um, but I remember it was near where I used to live in Four Corners, over by Deer Community Park. It was on the outskirts, almost like you could see the park, the hill where the building is at.
Mhm.
She kind of has this epiphany. She's like, it was on State Street. It was just off of State Street. think it was 24th, maybe.
24 State Street.
It was across 24th. It was across 24th and State. I remember the river ran behind it.
Mm.
I remember going down the street to Sybil's. That's where I called my sister.
Right. You've helped us quite a bit, Gretel. I appreciate you and your bravery.
Glad I could do something.
Do you think if you remember anything, you could give us a call?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, of course.
if we have any questions, we could give you a call?
Yeah. I Mr. Coulson says that I'm coming along quite nicely and that he can definitely see me having my own place with probably by the end of the year.
This makes Mustang really happy. She cracks a small smile. I'm glad for you, Gretel.
Yeah, so am I.
So that's really all the questions I have for her.
Okay. She nods and she kind of starts to make her way towards the door. And at this point, you see Erikson kind of, Gretel, you said that he made you. Did he tell you if he had permission? She shakes her head no. He smiles and he kind of claps his hands together. And he's like, okay, that's the only real question I had. Thank you, Gretel. She nods at him and nods at you, holds up her hand, waving goodbye to you, and then she kind of goes into the building. Everybody that they were waiting for has now arrived, and the Melvin and Connie can see whatever was going on outside has kind of ended as well. The woman that Mustang and Erikson were talking to kind of comes in first. You see Mustang and Erikson kind of exchanging notes with each other, kind of talking back and forth before coming back in. When you see the sheriff gather everybody, he kind of knocks on one of the tables really loudly to get everybody's attention. He's like, "All right, looks like surviving members of the tower are here, and some faces we haven't seen before, or in a while, as it were." He kind of nods. He's like, "Miss Barrister, Miss Statler, see you." I'd heard conflicting stories about the two of you, but I'm glad that you're here. He looks over at the gathered group, like, so, as some of you know, or some of you might have feared, it seems that we have some hunters in our midst. It seems that there's a group organized. They are packing heat, and they are angry as all get out about something or other because they came over and they attacked my diner while I was there. I have it on good authority that they have attacked the last call bar as well. And you can see Samantha nods. Now, as I've also come to learn recently, excuse me, Miss, what's her last name? Oh, I have Samantha Crushing. Miss Crushing has also let me know that she is no longer doing business out of the bar itself. She's going to relocate, and at the time that she has found a new safe location, she will begin the trade again. She has left the bar to Mr. Wood, and he motions over to Erikson. So I would like to petition Prince for his coterie to be given domain over that riverside. And she looks over him, looks over at Mustang, who's standing next to him. We do not know these two, do we, Mr. Green? He nods. No, ma'am. They have not formally introduced themselves. The last Elysium was cut short because of extenuating circumstances. She nods. We know these circumstances, yes. If you will allow it, I could see them introducing themselves to the court now. And she looks at the other Primogen that are kind of seated at her table. Nobody really objects to it, so she nods. Go ahead then. We are listening. And he motions for either one of you to step forward and introduce yourselves to the court.
Knowing Erikson, he's going to step first.
Yep.
I was a senator.
That's how he does it. Just like
Yeah.
That's how he
I
does it.
was a senator.
Yeah. With the hand gestures and everything. But he does kind of stand. He stands up. He kind of steps forward. He's like, Prince Primogen, I am Erikson Wood. I am a child of Elizabeth Barrister, and I am a bruja. And there's a moment where they like expect something else, and you just hear the red-haired woman at the table. That's fucking it. Just you and your sire. You don't even have a fucking lineage to go back to. What a fucking disgrace. And the prince looks at her. Is there a problem, Aisling? Do you not condone his presence in the city? And she just shakes her head. I just expected fucking more from someone of my own clan. At least 4 fucking names. That's fine. We all have different standards. The prince kind of smiles and nods. And then looks over at Mustangs.
hello, all. Just very awkward. Just like, my name is Mustang Breck. I am the child of Nikolai Barlow, and I am a Smeetsy.
You hear a bunch of whispering going on the second you say Nikolai's name. And
Guess he's pretty popular, huh?
and there's a moment where everyone sees Thomas Reginald Hyde slam his fist on the table, and Samuel Hunter is the one that kind of puts his hand out on his chest and just whispers something into his ear. And Hyde just nods.
Can I hear it?
You can try to make a wits and awareness roll.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 successes. Or 6
I
dice.
got no 6 dice.
Okay.
2 are hunger. So I have 2 10s, a 3, a 6, and a 9 and a 2 on the hunger.
Jesus. Okay.
He heard everything.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Isn't tight.
I didn't hear it. I just saw you do this. Either you're
Thank you.
dabbing at the successes or
Yeah.
oh.
It's
Don't
funny
you-
because you said bless you, and I hear my husband say bless you, and I'm like, one of them heard it, but not both. Anyway,
So,
Sorry.
no, please. You hear this is. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm in the right personality for him. Because he's a fucking weirdo.
What is this guy's name?
The guy talking is Samuel Hunter.
Samuel Hunter.
You hear, now, Mr. Hyde. It would not behoove us to act out of turn here. Things are progressing as we have set in motion. Please, a little patience goes a long way. I assure you.
Long whisper.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And that's when everybody kind of like turns back. Tulip has made her way over Melvin, and she kind of like leans up. Hey, you heard anything about the diner?
About the sheriffs, he just mentioned it.
No, your diner.
No, did something happen to our diner too?
I don't know. Seems weird that two of the. She kind of like looks away, and then she kind of looks at you. She's like, it's stupid. Never mind.
No, I know about the bar and the diner. I mean, I know that's the 2 you're referring to, but
Yeah,
please,
it's just like Andrew's spots were burnt down. The theater was attempted to be burnt down. Now we have the diner and the bar the same night.
well, maybe they aren't fully aware of the Western motif in vampires.
And that, I guess, you think that's saved your diner?
I mean, what else are you implying something to? Look,
No. Why? Why would you say that?
I don't know. I mean, why do you think why do you think that the restaurant hasn't mind you, this is all whispering. I'm just saying it loud enough so people can hear, but
Yeah.
we're not going to be talking. You know,
Yeah.
Mustang, keep talking. We're having a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm why would you, like, what do you think? Why do you think we haven't been targeted?
I don't know. I don't know who has and who hasn't. It just seems strange because Andrew didn't mean anything to, like, why would they go after Andrew instead of Juliet? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then they went after Sam, and Sam has only been like a peg, a pivotal peg, but still just a peg in our bigger scheme of things. Like she's a safe spot, sure, on the river, but she's also the main kind of lifeblood of weapons coming into the city.
I mean, that's kind of part of your answer right there. I have no qualms at the fact that my diner's nothing right now. Our diner is insignificant in the scope, even compared to Sam. Like you said, her place has brings in the weapons. When there's a war, you cut off the supply lines first.
Kind of looks at you. She's like, I was just worried about you, Melvin. That's all. I know. After what happened with Mickey, things are rough.
I don't think he's dead, Tulip.
It's been so
He
long.
wouldn't go down that easy. But
Hope you're right.
I appreciate your concern. You've been a good friend, and anything you need, you were as long as the diner stands, you can come there or look for me or Betty D. And I just kind of like,
Yeah. She reaches up and she kind of scratches behind Betty's ear. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Melvin.
you got it.
He goes and joins some of the other members of the tower that are off at the table. Give me a wits and awareness roll.
I don't like seeing tens on my hunger dice. I got 2 7s on my regular dice, 5 and a 4 on my regular dice, and then an 8 and a 10 on my hunger dice.
Okay. You notice that the older black gentleman has been eyeballing you and Connie the whole night.
The one that had moved when
Yep.
when Mustang was going outside. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But you also do notice that Erikson has not stopped staring at Albert.
That's his fight. His problems. Like I told you, I had no problem. I defended Mustang and I defended Andreas. I said I have no problem with those those get two. So if he's got beef with him, I'm not worried about that because that's not involving me.
Touché.
I kind of nudge Connie, like I give you a little like bump, and I just kind of do a little like head nod over to the gentleman in the corner.
What's his deal?
Apparently, we're more interesting than whatever's going on over there. He hasn't stopped staring.
Lovely.
Thing is, I don't want to
Still need a
walk
friend.
over because I kind of want to walk over to talk to him, but I don't want to do it in the middle of this whole shebang that's going on. It's like, oh, you're talking. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess we'll just have to wait until this is over. Just don't look like we need to be looked at. At
And
some point, I need to talk to Anastasia Richardson. So,
fair
hope he's
enough.
not
Just
tracking us to see who we were talking to.
keep an eye out. I'll try to talk to him after. And Albert, you figure out what the hell's going on between you two. And I look over. I like nudge Erikson.
Albert just looks in the direction and is like, there's nothing going on there because he knows better.
All right.
And after maybe an hour of back and forth about what to do and how to kind of go radio silent on several channels of communication and to just kind of fall back on using Tulip and the other harpy. What's her name? Tulip. Leslie Thatcher and Tulip are the two main harpies. So anything that needs to get anywhere, make sure that you have their information. The Elysium that was meant to be at the beginning of next month has been canceled. There'll be no meeting. But just know that if you have access to any of the Primogen, that you are free to kind of reach out to them. They'll try to make themselves available if they can. And then everybody's dismissed. Some people kind of come up, start talking to the sheriff. Some people kind of rush over to their Primogen and kind of hold on to them for a bit of conversation. Excuse me. The older black man just starts making his way towards the door.
Oh, I start walking after him.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can squeeze through to find Anastasia Richardson.
And she's not hard to find. You know what she looks like. You've dealt with her before.
Yes.
What is Mustang doing once they're dismissed?
Is there anyone here that I know other than this coterie?
Sheriff, you know, Connie and Melvin. You know Tulip.
I should probably tell the sheriff about the Cadillac. Right?
You could, yeah. And if you start to make your way towards the sheriff, you will suddenly feel a hand grab you by like just above the elbow.
Okay. Who is it?
It's somebody that you don't recognize. The guy is just ugly as sin. There is a baseball cap. There is just this kind of very tropical appearance to him. You know, he's got the very loose shorts, the flip flops, the kind of undershirt with a floral kind of guayabera.
What the fuck?
Excuse me.
It's kind of out of place.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the lower half of his face is just torn up and scarred flesh that kind of comes up almost like a smile. But he comes up, he grabs your arm, and he's just like, "Wait, I hear you've been looking for me."
I pull away very quickly.
You
who
notice,
are you?
You notice that even though he doesn't feel like he's got a grip on you, like it is a struggle to pull your hand away from him. And like
So I can't
No,
pull
like,
my arm away?
not of your own volition. Like he like you see him kind of like let go of you. He's like, oh, sorry, man.
Who are you?
My name is Manuel Garza. People call me Manny. Or Smiley, depends on how well we are friends. You want to be friends? And you see him kind of get close to you. Kind of
Why?
wiggles his eyebrows.
This is gross. Hold on a second. I'm trying to remember this cat.
Yep.
Nosferatu was Salem info keeper. Info keeper. Okay, that's who he is. Okay, I remember.
Yep.
Not really.
Oh. Guess I gotta have a talk to my boys then. They've been giving me false information. You have a good night then.
Oh. This is where my counterpart would stop me. This is where he would stop me and say something like, "Hey, I'm
Hey, I'm a
Erikson."
senator. Yeah.
He would do that. He would. I'm just gonna like play act him for a minute right now.
Okay.
He would say. He would say, Mustang, please, your manners. I'm sorry, my friend. And then I'd be like something like I apologize for my behavior. I don't like to be touched, you see.
I want a session where the two coteries play each other.
I just want a session where
But not
Michelle
like
plays all three of us.
Yeah, not like Michelle plays Connie. Like Michelle plays Albert. Like Ashley plays Andreas.
I can be Albert. Atlantis?
It's just talking about
Atlantis.
Yeah, he's not even here to defend himself.
So I would say I would backtrack a little bit and say apologies. I just don't like to be touched.
Oh, it's okay, man. I love touching people, so it's kind of like we're meant to be together.
Ew. So you, so you're Manny Garza.
Yeah, that's what my mother told me when she gave birth to me.
Lovely.
Yeah.
We actually were looking for you.
Oh, how can I be of service to you?
Me and my associate would like to be friends.
Oh, I like having friends. People scratching your back when it itches. It's kind of like really nice, but you have to touch people for that. And he kind of leans in again.
I hate this guy. Well, right. So, is there a place we can go talk? Well, I know there's a place we can go talk.
Yeah.
We should go to a place to talk.
Yeah, okay. I follow you anywhere you want to go, baby.
So I guess can we go to the balcony?
Yeah.
So I can push him off.
Exactly. Just gonna flip him into the courtyard. He's gonna land on the tarmac.
What I love is that every single person in Otis's coterie is an actual player who has played these characters. So these are not characters that I have pulled from and brought into life. Like these are how they have been played.
A touchy. Feely.
Amazing.
But you take him outside to the balcony with Erikson, and you see that he pulls out a Ziploc bag with what looks to be just chunks of something. And he has a little spork that he pulls out of another pocket, and you just see him start to eat as he's talking to you.
Okay. I want to know what that is.
Okay.
You want some?
Make a wits and are you asking him what it is, or do you want to try to figure out what it is?
I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Okay, make a wits and medicine roll.
This is my snack pack. This is what my snack pack is, girl. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, I hate this guy.
the second he said that he wanted to play like this Guanazo vampire that was turned in like the height of the Cold War, like 1950, 1960s Cuba, I was like, please.
Ay, Dios. He's playing all of my tios.
Yeah, all of them.
This is the best. This is what we eat on Varadero. It's the most delicious, tasty thing.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So I got an 8, a 4, a 4, a 2, and a 7, and a 4 on the hunger.
Okay. there's one piece that he pulls out that just screams to you like it's a liver, like it's a chunk of a liver.
Oh my god.
And
Okay.
you can see the other chunks of that liver or a different liver in the bag as well, but it almost looks like just chunks of organs.
You can eat?
Some vampires can.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Um,
Some vampires have to eat organs to gain nutrients.
got it. So he's just like in his tacky outfit,
Mm-hmm.
in his tacky guanasso outfit, like
Yep.
with a Ziploc baggie with like a little spork, just eating this shit in front of us.
Yep.
Got it.
He
This
pulled.
is
He
a
pulled out.
scene.
Yeah, he pulled out the baggie from the lower of the two pockets from his guayabera, and he pulled out the spork from the
Oh.
upper pocket of the same side of the guayabera.
I was hoping you were gonna say he pulled the little baggie out of his cargo shorts. He had to like unsnap the Velcro
No,
and like
no, no.
pull the bag out. Oh,
I know.
Oh,
well.
I don't
Okay.
think. I don't think cargo shorts were a thing yet. So I think he just has like these long board shorts.
I didn't think they were a thing, but it's fine. Okay, so Mustang is visibly like kind of disgusted with this man.
Oh yeah.
Not like necessarily about his face, but just like his eating habits and his crassness.
Yeah.
Um
He does offer you a chunk.
I no thank you.
Okay. More for me, I guess. And he just winks at you.
My God.
Do you want a mojito?
I can't. So Manny, we were actually looking for you a couple days ago.
Yeah, I heard. I got the message from the kitty cat.
Oh, you met? Oh shit! What's the name of the cat? Fuck! Fuck! What's the name of the cat?
Yeah. You asked for the name too.
I did. Oh my gosh!
You want to
You know Manny, he likes the cats.
Yeah, I like. You know me. I like the pussy.
I was trying not to.
Oh,
I was
come on.
See,
Just
see, I
some
said the
low
cat.
hanging fruit there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
did the
Okay.
cat.
I don't remember the name of the
Yeah.
cat.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad that the cat. I'm glad the cat made it safe.
Yeah. Daddy's a little weird, you know what I'm saying? But gets the job done.
Yeah, we like Teddy a lot.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's just not right upstairs, you know.
So Manny, we were wondering if you had any information on Andrew Givens. Whereabouts?
Everybody's looking for Andy. Nobody has the right price though.
So I feel like you might have the right price, though.
I mean, I have the information, so it's just, do you have the right price? It's a buyer's market, baby.
What are you looking for?
I mean, what do you get the man that has everything? You know what I'm saying? And he puts another chunk of liver in his mouth.
Is there anything about him, his appearance, his mannerisms that I could like deduce what he might need? Does he need a shower? Does he need like more liver? Is there something I can deduce from him? Like reading him, you know?
Make a wits and insight roll. Let's see what you get. While you're trying to deduce what to do about Manny Garza, who I'm now loving more and more. Let's cut over to Connie, who slides up to Anastasia. And
Hey, baby.
hey, baby.
Ooh.
And she kind of smiles and nods in your direction as you walk up to her. She's like, Seastwim. Hope you're well.
Yeah. I am. Thank you. Hope you're well too. May I have a moment with you somewhere a little less crowded?
Sure, of course. There's a balcony outside the room. I believe
Okay.
we can might find some solace there.
Sure.
Sure enough, as you come out of the private room, you see that nobody's really using the upstairs balcony. The upstairs itself has kind of been quarantined,
Okay.
just to be safe for the meeting. And as you go
Okay.
outside, she looks out. You can see that there is a small kind of private jet landing in the distance.
Hmm. You know, I'll probably live a billion years and I'll never see myself on a private jet.
Wow. If I
Hmm.
had one, I would invite you for a flight.
Oh, well, I'll take you up on that. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me out here. I know you're busy and have a lot going on. Um, I I had a meeting with Joshua yesterday,
Oh,
and
is he alive?
yeah, it
Interesting.
seems for now. He wanted me to give you this, and I open up the backpack and I pull out the headdress and I hand it to her and I say, "He said this would be important for you."
Her eyes light up as she sees it, as she sees you put it in her hands. She's like, "This, yes, uh, this is more than enough to situate yourselves." Um, how long will you be needing assistance, Mr. Eastworm?
How long have you got? How long are you offering?
The boon that this is tied to could extend to as long as I am in Salem. I can try to make amends for what this is worth.
Well, you have plans on staying in Salem for a good amount of time?
For the foreseeable future, Eastworm.
Okay. Well, if I may request, I would like to also extend whatever assistance you are able to provide to my coterie, possible, to uh,
I will
to my
ensure that
friends.
the apartment is comfortable for the three of you.
Thank you. Um, I'm at a loss. I feel like there's so many things I want to ask you and tell you, and I don't even know where to begin.
Well, we have time, Mr. Eastworm. Do you wish this to be pre? What's the word? Do you want this to be furnished, or do you wish to furnish it yourself?
Uh, I'll be with two men, and I'm not really a big decorator either.
She leans in and she's like, "Neither of them look like decorators, my dear."
I can promise you I've been to both of their homes, and it is a they do just fine. But if possible, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, I don't think that we're gonna be going home shopping
Hmm.
uh, anytime
I
soon.
gave I gave you the finest newspapers to sleep on. How dare you?
Only the Sunday editions.
Only the
Only.
Sunday editions for my Connie.
she she nods and she's like, "Come back to see me at my apartment. We'll say it is what is it, June in the game right now?
Maybe. Have we gone through May? Yeah, we
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's June 9th, I believe. No, June 8th. It's Friday, June 8th right now. So she kind of thinks for a moment. She's like, let's say Monday the 18th, day after Father's Day. You come back to my building, and there I will lead you to your new abode, new haven, as it were. It's reasonable.
I believe so. I hope that with everything going on right now that it won't, that we'll have a chance to meet by then. It seems that the invading species, if you will, is quite formidable. But I see no reason why Monday wouldn't work. I'll definitely extend it to my
She reaches out and grabs your hand. Excuse me. And she gently holds it in both of hers, and she's just like, Steve Swim, if I've learned anything from Joshua and the ilk that he surrounds himself with, you might outlive us all. Kind of smiles. She lets go of your hand. She's like, look forward to seeing you the 18th.
Thank you for everything.
You. She makes her way out. We'll go to Melvin as he catches up with the older black gentleman.
Forgive me, sir.
He kind of is a little startled by you, and he's just like, "Oh, no, please, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't. Sorry." He was start to kind of move away again.
No. I wanted to I just wanted to ask, did I have a stain or something on my clothing? Because I noticed you were paying quite a bit of attention to myself and my coterie during the wonderful presentation by Mustang and Erikson. So I just wanted to make sure everything was okay, because I don't know. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you.
He's like,
So
yeah. It was a mistake. I thought I knew. It neither here nor there.
well, I'm Melvin, and I extend my hand out.
There's a hesitation on his part, but he extends his hand, shakes yours, and he's just like, Isaiah.
And I've never seen him. You said before,
No,
Will, right?
No.
Okay, and I'm like, and Isaiah, I've been in Salem for quite a while. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you before. Are you recent?
Just passing through. I don't mean to cause any trouble.
No trouble. There's no trouble at all. I for one like meeting new people. It's always good to have new friends, especially in a city and in times like this where things are exploding.
You see him suddenly turn away from you, and he holds his head, and he's like, "It's all right. I have to go now." And you see him start to make his way out towards the parking lot.
I'm gonna keep walking with him, and I'm like, "Oh no, I can walk and talk. It's not a problem." So where'd you come from, Isaiah? And I just keep walking and talking with him.
Make a wits and awareness roll for me.
Okay. Wit and awareness, and I'm still hungry, so. Okay. So we've got on my hunger die. Okay, so I've got 1 8 on my hunger die and a 3 on my hunger die. I've got an 8 and a 6 on my regular die, and then a 4 and a 5. So 3 successes. Yeah.
You smell blood, and it is unlike any blood you've smelled before. This has your beast riled up. Like, there is the kind of feeling you get as you hold out a steak to a caged dog that hasn't been fed in 3 days. Like, it is clawing at the gates of your resolve.
What I don't, out of character real quick, Will, is it improper to ask somebody's clan?
Technically,
It is
Yeah.
improper.
Yeah.
Okay. And where'd you say you were you're from, Isaiah?
like I didn't. I'm just passing through. I'm just a soul looking to find his place in the world. You see him again. He kind of doubles over. Again, you smell that blood. You can see his hand kind of coming up to his head. And as he pulls it away, you can see that there's just this very sticky kind of reflective red liquid on his fingers that you can tell is the blood that he's bleeding.
It's like, oh, you seem to have got a little cut there, and I kind of grab like a napkin or I'm sure I have crap in my trench coat, and I just like here, and I
He just
like
he doesn't let you touch him, and he kind of backs away even more. And as he does, you see the hoodie fall back, and in the middle of his forehead, you see this third eye just open and bleeding tears. And he just looks at you. He's just like, the city beneath the sea is going to make its move. Your friend is in much graver danger than he believes. This goes beyond Carthage. And then you see the eye kind of flare, and you hear him just kind of, you don't remember me. And now if I could have you make an opposed roll.
Oof.
He is using the forgetful mind on you.
So what would the role that I would be doing?
I'm about to find out for you.
Okay.
I thought I had it step aside. Forgetful mind. Intelligence and resolve is going to be your role.
Okay. Not awful. Same difficulty of 6?
Yep.
Okay. That's not great. No, yeah. I got one success. I got a 7 on my hunger die, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 3, and a 2.
Wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
I got 5 successes because I got a 9 and 2 10s.
Okay.
So he erases any trace of him from your memory. You remember
Okay.
you having seen him staring at you and Connie and Albert the whole time. That's gone. There's now only the sense that you were being watched. The whole conversation where he told you his name is gone. You just kind of remember bumping into somebody and then being outside the restaurant in the parking lot.
So I don't remember that little speech he gave too.
That you do. That you do.
Okay.
But any traces of him are completely gone.
Okay.
Even his name is gone.
So do I know that? So I don't know that he said that. I just have in my head this saying.
Yeah. Something you overheard. Something you overheard outside.
Okay.
And we come back to my favorite situation, which is Mustang and Manny Garza.
Mine too. This could be the whole game.
What did you say? Erikson came in out there now too, and just got to do both of them.
We did literally do everybody. Wait, he might pop up again. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see what happens. So, what did you roll for with Manny? You wanted to find something?
To see like what just kind of an idea of what he might want just based on his appearance or what he said or what he's wearing. Or so I rolled a 4, an 8, and an 8, a 2, and then a 2 and a 4 on the hunger.
Okay. Manny rolled in with Otis King, and you kind of saw them together at the Elysium. You remember hearing that that little group was its own coterie, so you can only imagine that having someone like Otis King in your corner, having someone like John Coulson in your corner, there's not a lot that Manny could have a want for. This is more what you imagine is a game for him. It's just like, can somebody give him something worthwhile enough to give up Andrew Givens?
Would I be able to know if what he wants is money or information?
It's definitely not money. It's probably going to lean more towards information.
Okay. And not like physical objects or stuff like that.
No.
Okay.
You see him offer something to eat to Erikson. Erikson's like, no.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you. But no. Something like that is what he does.
Yeah. I'm a senator.
What would he want? Oh. Could tell him the thing. So what you're looking for is information.
Looking for a good time, baby. Whatever that takes, whatever shape, whatever form. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You know what they say?
Do you like dead sex workers?
This is kind of a very forward question on your part, Miss Breck. How dead?
Very dead, I would say.
It's not a sex worker, is it? It's just a dead body.
True. But I found one. In a very interesting situation.
Well, it seems like what you're telling me is that you found a dead hooker somewhere and you're trying to get me to be interested in that. What's the catch?
You know anyone that drives a 1981 Cadillac?
It's a very specific car.
Well, I found a dead sex worker in a 1981 Cadillac last night.
Where was this Cadillac?
Outside the last call.
Ooh. Curiouser and curiouser, the rabbit said.
How you give me some information?
Okay. I have it on good authority that Andy is good friends with Antoine.
Yeah, I knew that. That's not news. That
Oh,
at all.
oh. Forgive me. I don't know who knows what. Okay. You see him put a piece of liver in his mouth.
Disgusting.
He starts chewing it like open mouthed as he's thinking. Okay, how about Andy only has one business left.
I did know that. I already knew that. Right, Will?
Probably.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's an antique shop, right? In South Salem.
Oh, you guys are very well informed. I don't know if you need my help.
I think you know a little bit more, don't you?
How do you feel about Jace? You want to go for a drink?
Me?
Yeah. I don't think I want to get to know tall, dark, and handsome there. You see him kind of reach out to squeeze his cheek. But Erikson just kind of takes a step away.
And then he's gonna say, excuse me. We work together. I will come too.
Oh. I don't mind if people want to watch, but that's extra, you know.
I have a little bit more information for you.
Okay.
In the car, I found 3 severed hands in the glove compartment.
Oh, you're just gonna give me all the information right now? ¿Qué cosa? Okay, hold on. Let's meet for a drink. We'll say in an hour. There's a little jazz club not too far from here. I think you'll like it. And you see him about to kind of reach out, touch your face, and then he stops himself and he's like, "Oh no. You don't like to be touched." I remember.
So fucking mad. I fucking hate this guy.
And you see him put another piece of meat in his mouth. I gotta get dressed up, so give me like an hour and I'll meet you there, okay?
Where's the club?
Oh, you don't know the club? Dang. It's a good place. It's over by Hawthorne and Center. Not too far. It's right off of the highway.
We'll be there.
Okay, good. You see him step over to the door. He closes up the little baggie. He puts it back in the little lower pocket of the Guayabera. He sucks the spork clean before putting it into his upper pocket. And then he blows you a kiss as he walks back into the room.
Erikson turns to me and says, I don't like that guy.
That fits.
And I say, you think?
Yeah, but Connie comes out from her meeting with Anastasia. The room is emptying at this point. You don't see Melvin anywhere. And as you kind of make your way downstairs, Albert joins you, and you find Melvin kind of standing on the parking lot.
Well, you have a face about you. Did you end up should we go in the car?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why. Yeah. That's why I came out here.
You see Albert look at you. He's like, Elvin, what happened with the nice black gentleman you followed?
What black gentleman? What are you talking about?
The black gentleman
The
you followed.
the guy who was staring at us in the room, you went after him.
What are you talking about? I came out here to get the car. But I did hear something. And I look at Albert and I'm just like, does this make any sense to you? Because it says the city, I heard somebody say the city beneath the sea is making its move. Your friend is in danger. This is way beyond Carthage.
You see him get
Now,
really excited. He's like, Elvin, this is about Atlantis. It's the only city beneath the sea. And Teddy had mentioned something about Carthage.
But does the city move? Atlantis moves?
It would make total sense as to why we can't find it. Oh, this is such a breakthrough.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Melvin, why are you behaving so weird?
I'm just out here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is
I
there
just
any
came out.
is
The
is
meeting
it
was done and I came out here.
okay. Well, I look around. There's nobody around us anymore?
Oh, well, there's people fighting
Okay.
to their cars, but that's about it.
And I look at Albert, I'm like, did you miss the part where it says you're in danger?
Oh,
You just
yeah.
care about a city moving.
Yes. This is
Makes
huge
sense.
news, Melvin. Huge. This could change everything.
You really nail that Albert enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, bro. I'm not as excited as Atlantis as he is. So
What time is it?
at this point, it is now just after midnight.
Okay. Well, I guess we should try to go to the alley and get that.
Yeah,
I guess that.
Albert's eyes open up. He's like, "Oh yes, we need to do this thing."
There was a little break in that accent that you're like, yes. And then
Yeah.
it was like some weird,
Yeah.
Oh, the lay.
yes. So I'm like, I go, but we got to be on our guard. Obviously, there's something going on, and for some reason, Tulip made a good point. For some reason, our diner hasn't been hit yet.
That is a good point. Is it because we're next on the list or because there's something about our corner or us that needs to stay running? I guess we'll have to figure that out.
Wonder
By
if
the
Grant Reynolds
way,
has anything to do with this because we're in the same area as him.
probably. Before I forget, I did talk to Anastasia Richards, and she's willing to offer us a safe space, an apartment for the three of us. 4 if you count Betty D.
Or 4 feet count Albert. And I just
Sure.
look at
You see him that he's just kind of like stuck in his notes, and he's already like walked over to the van. And he's just standing by the door, the back seat.
well, given the current climate, it may not be too bad of an idea to be under the umbrella of somebody like Anastasia.
The only thing is that we won't really it probably won't be ready for another 9 days. she wants us to meet with her on the 18th. So we just sort of have to stay alive until then.
Is there anything that you would need from Joshua's place? Because I don't feel comfortable any of us staying there because that Cadillac followed us from there. I'm probably going to be better off in my haven for now.
Part of me does want to go back there to kind of do a once over, maybe that box of stuff, of pictures, and I don't know. I also have a feeling that whatever is in there, Joshua is willing to let burn if need be. Let's talk about it tomorrow night.
Let's head over to the alley.
Yeah.
And as one group heads over to the alley where the Last Call bar used to stand, or currently does stand, it's just in the worst shape than it's ever been, and the other group heads off to meet Manny Garza at the jazz club. This is a good point for us to end the evening. So I want to thank everybody for having joined us tonight. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. As always, if you haven't gotten vaccinated, please get yourselves vaccinated. There's a lot of dangerous mutations happening, and I just want to make sure that everybody's taking care of themselves. If you're watching live on Twitch, as always, I am putting up some phone numbers on our chat in case you need to reach out and get help, or if you know somebody that needs to reach out and get help. Because mental health is a serious issue here, and we take it extremely seriously. And I know that I have dealt with several people that have reached out and gotten help, and I've dealt with people that have not reached out and have paid the price, unfortunately. And as such, I always ask that if you are someone who is a friend or family member of somebody that is usually a strong character or a happy-go-lucky character, please check in on them. Please kind of send them a text with hello or how are you. Reach out to them, because you never know what might change the trajectory of somebody's life. And as always, I will see you here on our channel on Friday for our Star Wars Out in the Dark. And if you want to see me on McStabber Studios channel, tomorrow I will be part of their Werewolf the Apocalypse game that's going to be starting up. And on Saturday, it will be the last episode of our Mage set in Miami in 1984 called Neon Rain. So I look forward to seeing you wherever you find us. And as always, please take care of yourselves. Please take care of each other. I will see you when I see you.